Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode. However you say that name, it'll be episode 2. Yes. We just got finished taking care of the people of the Seekers in the Black War. And it was just it looks like it hasn't been hidden straw. But hidden in the straw a number of times and rolled on the paths. Sorry, you cannot be quite sure. It appears that there's only one page with juicy gossip in it. Casanova was such a gentleman and a ravishing lover. It's a shame he ran off with Heidi the milkmaid. However, I knew our acquaintance would be short-lived as his reputation preceded him. A most disappointing affair was Little John. He was little in more ways than one, with no idea how to compensate for life's nasty little joke. Mighty Richard was as strong as an ox and built like a bear. Oh, and I thought it was love to last. It was a love to laugh. Alas, he suddenly disappeared without a word. He didn't even stay for breakfast. What a giggle I had with naughty Nigel. Dr. James was entirely obsessed with where the candles were placed and creating the mood rather than getting into the business. And when we did, what a disappointment that was. You think being a doctor, he would know where things were. Damn. What a fling I had with Bendy Boris. The shapes he created were beyond belief, but the roaring dragon scared me so senseless that I could never look at him like I used to. Oh, the poor man. He thought he was impressing me with his origami. I have finally met a man kind of strong enough to leave Carl for it. Damn, his name is Derek, and he is a broken valley's blacksmith. What a man. Oh, the time passes so slowly when we are not together. I just keep picturing him hammering away. How I love him. Okay. Got a lot of unfaithfulness going on. Quite a lot of it.
Another one to add to the collection.
Give me then ye old word of passing.
Gold, more gold. Gold is all that man thinks of.
Yes, on with it. More gold you shall have.
Shiny.
Get another book. Tim owes me 2 copper pieces. Last time I had a beer with him, he didn't even have enough change and therefore charged me more. I'm afraid he's considered the extra coins to be a tip. I'll have to make sure I remind him he's actually in my debt next time I see him. Follow the smelly peasant thinks I've lent him a tissue in exchange for nothing. I expect a clean tissue back, maybe even a second one as interest. It's been over a month. Richard, well, I gave him 10 gold pieces last time. He needed his sword to be sharpened by Derek. I would ask him for the money back, but he's protecting the village, so I'll let him off just as once. Lost ledger. It seems I have robbed him.
Welcome, traveller. I am Lamotte, travelling merchant. Whatever it is you need, I have just the thing. I hail from Rivertown, where I work most of the time, but Adaroth and Broken Valley are always on my yearly trader route. Boy, business is slower than an octogenarian slug. It's a dangerous life, this, the travelling merchant business, but the new order provides good protection most of the time. Much needed protection, I dare say. Bandits and highwaymen are a real menace in the valley, not to mention the wyverns in the Oribus fjords. Only quality merchandise, I assure you.
Okay. 3 to 6, 2 to 3, 2 to 4. shield. First, let's worry about armor. We won't worry about any of that stuff for now. See what kind of miscellaneous stuff is in here. We'll keep all of that.
Hey there, Slayer! Can I interest you in some fine American wine?
Weakling!
I already see this. Damn, Jenner. Nobody's gonna think you're
What can I do for you? Can't say I have, no. You could call it that. Roman, he's a priest, would tell you it's the most important position in town. I'd call it the most useless. Blast, I forgot my belt under my bed in the barracks again. Broken Valley hardly gets any visitors, and those that do come spend a lot more time in the Black Boar. Yeah, bye.
You look quite pale, my son. What is it that weighs on your conscience?
I committed a sin, Father. I stole a fellow miner's pick and shovel.
Confession is the first step towards redemption, child. Make amends and you shall be forgiven. Welcome, Slayer. I am Roman, priest of the New Order, and I'm looking for an experienced warrior. So it seems. Let me tell you something about this valley. Once it was the home of a mighty dragon lord, long before the divine had fallen. This dragon knight was slain, though I do not know by whom or what for. His spirit, however, survives to this day and dwells in his now ravaged tower. As a slayer, you will probably have heard of him. His name is Lovis. Ah, I thought you would. Now, here's why I talked to you about this. I am very interested in the unique magical items that may still rest in this tower. I dare not enter it myself, however, and would like you to scout this ominous structure. I hope you'll find something of interest. If you do, please let me know. I wish you the best of luck. Well, not that much, really. I do know he was the only child of Anastas, a queen of the ancient kingdom of Ferrol. But of his childhood or education, I know nothing. More famous, of course, are his martial exploits. He fought, in dragon form, a duel with Brom, another dragon knight. It took place high above this vale. He won by biting off his opponent's head. His mightiest accomplishments, though, were made during the Battle of the 10,000. He killed 600 Black Ring troops and 3 of their generals. It was called the Battle of the 10,000, by the way, because that's how many were killed between dawn and dusk that day. That's all I can tell you. Maybe Naberius knows more. He's very interested in Lovis and the history of this place. You can find him a bit further north down the valley where he lives in his cave home. I have, yes. I went to visit the ruined chapel down the valley last week. When I returned at nightfall, I heard the sound of great wings. I looked up and saw the dragon. A frightful experience, I assure you. May you always enjoy the protection of the inn.
Here lies Father Paul, finally where everybody wanted him. Here lies Vlad. Please do not disturb. Here lies Sleepy Joe, doing what he does best. Here lay Terence, until a necromancer got to him. Here lies the unknown soldier. We all knew him as Bobby. Here lies Bessie, the first pig interred with full burial rites, just as Folo wished it. For sale, beautiful one-person plot with commanding view of the village. For more information, see Willie of the Broken Valley Real Estate Corporation.
I'm sure we'll hear more about that in the future.
Here lies Booth, murdered, but by whom? Here lies Sleepy Joe. Here lay Terence, until a necromancer. Here lies Booth, murdered. Here lies little Gracie. Her grave serves as a reminder to us all. Trolls are not big cuddly teddy bears. Here lies Stan, inscription pending. Here lies Saucy Sally, and the women they cheered, and the men they wept. Here lies little Graves. Here lies Lucky Tom, ever since he just ran out of luck. Here lies Simon the Liar. At least that's what we think.
Looks like I'm not getting in.
What are you coming around here for? Have you not helped me?
I enjoy gloating, Folo. You should try it sometime. Hey there, Dragon Slayer. I'm Richard of Alaroth. Care to make some extra money? The last dragon was dispatched well before my time and nowhere near Broken Valley, so I doubt a Dragon Knight will turn up here. I specialize in tracking down and exterminating goblins. Obviously, there are plenty of the little bastards to go around, so I'll pay you for every goblin heart you bring me. That's the spirit. Bring me the hearts, and coin will follow. Ah, you're back. What news? The best. I am a champion of Alaroth, defender of the Hela City. We're garrisoned inside the city and keep a large presence in the Orobas fjords. You won't find better soldiers in Riveron, Slayer. Not even those of your order, I might add. Certainly not those New Order softies. Them and their damned devoutness. Just go find something to kill already. Why, because of the source, of course. It is a magical stream of water that heals every wound. What do you think is the main ingredient of those little red potions you have? Yes, the source is the pride and joy of the city, and has survived the 2 Alaroth slaughters and the last war with Damien. Long may she run, Slayer. Hail the source, and hail Alaroth. And you, Slayer.
Slayer, please listen. I'm in desperate need of help. It's me pigs, you see. I haven't heard the rumours, of course, but I don't believe naught till I see it. The New Order impounded 3 of them. But they're not pets and were never intended to be eaten. They say there's a famine somewhere, and I don't want to lose me little ones. Oh, bless you, Slayer. The pigs are over at Jackson's farm. Whisper Rosebud in Mark Kevin's ear, and they'll move to a safe location.
talk to this lady. Venom stone.
Shiny.
Sausages. I'm gonna take their food. Because we need it more than they do.
Another one to add to the collection.
Okay. Read that real quick. Piggy, oh Piggy, your sausage would be the best. Oh Piggy, you truly are so blessed. I watched you graze, I feel amazed. Your rosy cheeks, your pointy teeth. Oh Piggy, you are so sweet. Yep.
Welcome to me home, Slayer. Thanks, we have indeed. A fine can't say that of all the places in old Rivlon, with them demon kind and necro dancers and their horrors. But over here, no. You'll see nothing bad'll happen to this valley, not in a million years. Aye, we have that. Mind you, if it weren't for me, you'd find nothing but bleeding cauliflowers. Me husband Folo loves his damn pigs so much he'd never eat 'em. But I make sure the guests over at the Black Boar get their chops in time. Silly man. Imagine becoming a pig farmer and not wanting to butcher the things. Aye. Bye. I wonder if Folo loves them blasted pigs more than me. Certainly sees more of them.
Okay, let's head out. Let's see what is around town. I want to run down here.
Good lord, not another slayer. Stop disturbing me, will you? Or I'll never... I'm working on the dragon defenses your commander, Rude, has ordered. I guess so.
We ain't gonna worry about none of that. Derek's house. Chicken leg.
Another one to add to the collection.
I don't really want to cook all the food.
It's stuck.
Maybe we can mind read Derek. However you say his name.
Another disturbance. What is it with you? I think I lost my cellar key last time I saw Dana in Tim's barn. But oh, it was worth it. I have to get back to work.
Let's first figure out. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and figure this out. Combine
you heard what they say about the Slayers? They say they're as tall as trolls and just as strong. No way! I have to tell everybody. Slayer, have you heard? Upton told me he caught Lieutenant Lewis in the woods this morning with no pants on. That can't be right. We heard he wasn't.
Go in here and talk to these people. Out of Jack Miller. Flirt of the town familiar with contents of every grown parading through the village lanes. All the husbands wanted him in chains, so one night, as he lay drinking wine in the arms of village lady Fine, armed men walked in and took him to see the local judge and mighty marquis. Jack Miller, they said, you have to leave to part from here by tomorrow eve, so you can no longer dishonor the name of this village, every girl and dame. The verdict was read, and the husbands cheered. All the men they laughed and jeered, but the women sighed and loudly wept for him, and who with him they in the hay had slept. Jack Miller thought, I'll leave if I must, but not before having known the lust of the Marquis's daughter, tender and slight. I'll love her yet tomorrow night. The husbands, though, left naught to chance, and followed him with furtive glance. So as following dawn drew nigh, and Jack Miller was about to say goodbye, the Marquis's daughter no longer maid, he felt at his throat the cold tip of a blade. Once more he was brought before the judge, whom, like all husbands, held a grudge for Jack Miller, who knew so very well each and every village belle. Jack Miller, why have you not departed? Made amends when we were still kind-hearted. But Jack Miller replied only this, Good judge, you have in conjugal bliss conceived 3 good and lovely daughters. You think them pure as mountain waters. The youngest, however, is my lover. Your second I did last week under cover, and the oldest is pregnant with my child. Thus he spoke, triumphantly smiling. From this town's every single door there walk daily one or more. Little Jack Miller's girls or boys. What the hell? Okay, what? Who remind their mothers of secret joys. Jack Miller, fucking stop doing that. Jack Miller, who had frankly harangued, you could escape, now you have to hang. Yeah, that was quite a little troublesome. Shit. I don't think my brain's working right.
Welcome to our town, Slayer. I'm Linda, the miller's daughter. I do, yes. Though he does the actual milling. I usually fetch the grain from Jackson's farm. That can get a bit tedious. But Peavy and Quincy don't seem to mind. Not really. I mean, it's such a quiet little place. It was different a long time ago when the people used to call these lands the Valley of Shrines, and warlords were as numerous as the rabbits. The most exciting thing to happen now is a wild creature coming too close to the walls, or having visitors such as yourself. It's not that I mind this uneventful life, but I do hope to see the cities one day, and maybe even meet an interesting man. I just hope they're not all like that champion Ricky or something. I said hello and he pinched my... Well, the lady shouldn't tell. Why did I have to lose my coin purse in the chapel? I just hope I can sneak back in before Father Dominic collects it. Enjoy your stay.
Shiny.
Yes, anything this old miller can do for you. Can't say I have. I rarely leave my mill, you see. I shouldn't hide the key in that kettle anymore. Nearly choked on it last time Linda made soup. That's how things work in Broken Valley, Slayer. We are completely self-sufficient with a mill, smithy, farm, and barracks. The tavern is the only real place of commerce, and is popular with traveling merchants and the odd traveler. Then I'll get back to work.
Or go sell anything important. Excuse me. Guess they haven't seen me. I guess we should hit. Saw glowing over here, but I wanted to check this stuff. You have a key for it. We'll go in.
Shiny.
Mine as well. We'll go down and talk to old buddy boy. I don't really like that.
What are you doing in this cellar? You went behind Buard's back, didn't you? The man upstairs. He's not a miller. He's an alchemist. But he's not as good as I, Abanayabar, oldest alchemist in Riverlon. I stay here rooted underground, protected by Buard, who came here some 70 years ago. He pretends to be a baker, but in secret he and I explore the powers of plants and the elements.
I wouldn't mind what you got.
Buard's such a weird man sometimes. Who chooses the word Illuminatus as a storage password? Humans. Stupid bipeds. I actually stand far from here in what was called the Dark Forest, which may not even be there anymore since the Great War. Before traveling here, Buard took one of my branches and magically cultivated it to grow a new tree. So here I stand, as I also perhaps still do in that forgotten forest, twice alive or once dead. There is something a little different about this second me, though. I remember being a lot grumpier. Probably because it was raining all the time in that wicked wood. Oh, something about a contract on his head? You'll have to ask him about that. With pleasure. Ah, the biped is back. Farewell, human.
Yes, storage. Okay. Cup. I assume I do not need that. I got it. Never mind. Not that way, we're not. Pretty cool looking fella there he is. We'll come talk back to him when we need to upgrade our alchemy stuff. Whenever we have a potion recipe. Not potion. Alright. Out the door we go. I'm gonna talk to some guards, because, I mean, they're always patrolling. They have to, right?
Why do they make us march about the village all day? As if imps would pop out of
Swing
nowhere.
those swords, maggots!
Hey there. Fine day, isn't it? Indeed. Near the big temple down the valley. I'm sure those great red eyes saw me, but it left me alone. After being that lucky, I'm not leaving town before you slayers have dealt with the beast. Not really. I sing songs to myself and have chats with other guards. From time to time, I compose dirty limericks and share them with the drill sergeant. He's always up for a good laugh. I was, yes. But now you slayers have arrived. That changes everything. Bye, Slayer.
My, a real dragon slayer. It's an honor to meet you. I haven't seen it myself, no, but some of the other guards have. Spoke them, I can tell you that. What can I do for you, Slayer? What is that supposed to mean? Ah, how kind of you. I figured a dragon slayer would hold that opinion, especially with a commander like Rode around. Will do, Slayer.
Good to see you've arrived safely, Commander Rode.
Thank you, Lieutenant. How are things here?
As well as can be expected after the dragon sightings.
I have ordered the construction of defences. Soon peace and quiet will return. This incessant small talk makes me want to be creative with my blade. Tell me you have something to report so we can commence the hunt. Praise be the divine! Go on, tell me. Good. That gives us a clear sense of direction. I hope Marius will be back with more news soon. But in any case, before we go, I want you to enter the tomb in the back of the chapel. The next part of your initiation would have been the confronting of hostile undead in a crypt beneath the academy in Rivertown. To feel the wrath of a nether spirit for the first time is a harrowing experience. During this confrontation, the mixture of fear, elation, and the grim perseverance that hallmarks dragon slayers releases large amounts of adrenaline. This helps to stabilize the initial chaos the memories cause. The effect is temporary, however, so the next and last part of the ritual is... Slayer? Are you all right? It's the dragon memories. They're getting to you. Take this key and face that ghost. Hurry now, before the effects get worse.
That and that might as well.
Who will build the dragon defenses?
The local blacksmith. Dirk.
Undoubtedly, he was very enthusiastic.
Could upgrade that. That looks alright. Skills. Upgrade that. How many do we get? We only get one. For the time being, we'll upgrade that. I'm not too worried about.
Hardly. Doesn't he realize it's for the town's own good?
I'm gonna let you pause and read this one because I don't really. It's not much actually. Orders from Rivertown. Retrieve enough food for the officials to make it to next spring. Minimum of 10 pigs, 50 chickens, 3 barrels of wine, and a carriage of grain is required. Remember your loyalty to Rivertown. Do not, under any circumstance, yield to champions of all Erloth.
Welcome, Dragonslayer. If your duties do not keep you too busy, might you consider helping me out? Capital. This is the situation. A sizable group of outlaws has been targeting merchant caravans these past few months. So far, we've not been able to locate their hideout. Even so, we did manage to capture one of the louts some days ago. Neither threats nor torture can convince him to share what he knows, so we need to deal with him otherwise. I want you to help him escape. It's a bit of a gamble, but I'm convinced it'll work. All you have to do is go to the burnt-out chapel down the valley. There you can find a hidden switch that will open a tunnel that leads right into his cell. He's put in that cell for a reason. It gives access to an old and complex escape route dug by the town's soldiers many years back. Getting this bandit out will surely earn his trust. After the escape, hear him out, convince him you want to join the Highwaymen. The rest is self-explanatory. Fantastic. Good luck, Slayer.
This is a restricted area, Slayer. Well, okay. Go ahead. But don't take too long.
No, I'm not telling you anything.
Get lost!
Looks like I'm not getting in. I can't move this.
How are you getting along with the locals?
Well, obviously they don't like us confiscating their stocks.
Raids continue, devoid of all recognizable patterns at all. These bandits have no respect for anything. It's appalling. We've been trying to get an agent inside this bandit hideout that is rumored to exist. If we only knew the location of this camp, it would give us tremendous advantage, especially now that the new order is here in force. Okay. So we'll help them out with that.
The famine in Rivertown is more important than local grumbles.
Exactly so.
A warm welcome to you, Slayer. I am Rodney, captain of the guard. The village itself has been quiet lately, but there are always the much-feared outlaws. Check the wanted bulletins to see which criminals we want brought to justice. But beware, there is a reason this scum is still at large. Even veteran guards shy away from hunting them. What is there to say? It was the first edifice to be built here at a time we humans were a rare sight in this part of Rivellon. That was long ago, when a dragon knight still ruled here, and this land was known as the Valley of Shrines. The fact that a military building was the town's first construction is telling for the hardships its settlers had to endure. But they persevered, and soon a wall was built. The top floor of this barracks was built only after the Great War, which is why there are no stairs leading up to it, only a rather inconvenient ladder. All the best, Slayer.
Another one to add to the collection.
Diary. Strange things have been happening in Broken Valley lately. Amongst others, the discovery of the strange temple-like structure in the mine. Not to mention the dragon that some people have claimed to see. It's all just a strange coincidence, perhaps, but I think these things might be connected somehow. Fair assumption. Nothing there. I should have known. Poor blimey, that PV's right in the pain in the backside. As a right pain in the backside. The boys and me were having a laugh and playing throw the chicken at the trolls further down the valley. It got to PV's turn, and he turned as white as a sheet and started babbling like some baby. Boys were having none of it, started to dance around like crazy chickens. It was right hilarious, it was. He ran off like someone had lit his pants on fire. I pity the poor man who was to serve duty with him, who wants to be landed with chicken PV. Just make this sound near him and he jumps out of his skin. Alright. We have...
Another one to add to the collection.
Arnold doesn't have a belt anymore.
That's good to see a new face in the barracks. Yeah, sometimes it seems there are more military men here than inhabitants. That's mostly because the valley, idyllic though it may look, is a really hostile area. You have your bandits and goblins, but also, well, so they say, a crazy wizard. Not to mention the haunted Citadel Tower. Without a strong guard presence, our little town would be a smouldering ruin in the span of a few days. Spares? Oh, I'm afraid not, no. But Dirk sells them at reasonable prices, so if you need anything, go see him. Well, good luck out there.
Okay, so I guess out we go.
Swing those swords, maggots!
I guess we can head on out, right? We need to go this way. Okay, so I don't think we're done.
Another one to add to the collection.
Causa mia de gente non sancta
I'll let you pause to read that. I do not have the time to read this.
Iniquo et doloso erue me miseria totu e omnipotens.
Scrying stones are very interesting and a rare phenomenon in the magical world of Rivellon. I would love to get my hands on one. However, it is said that if one concentrates on a scrying stone too hard, it swallows you whole. Alas, I believe I will never see one with my own eyes.
Cons Deus et dismissis paccates tuis perducatia vita.
I'll let you pause to read that one as well.
Aeternam indulgentiam.
Let's get down here in this crypt. I'll take a swig of my water.
Pitiable louse!
Sorry about that. Let's take a swig of water. Save.
Shiny.
Passbook. much does that increase? Literally 3 points. Better than nothing.
Mark me, Dragon Slayer. I repose here, the spirit of one who was once a slayer. Duel me and emerge victorious. Only then will you be worthy of my regard.
Alright, I'm going to be right back. So, you know, see you there.
I don't feel too
Oh boy.
good. I could use a potion right about now. My wounds are grave. I don't feel too good.
I congratulate you, Slayer. The memory ritual has not deprived you of all your former powers. I was undefeated when I was alive, but your death would not benefit me. Quite the opposite. And, yes, you do have potential. Because of the vow I took. I am Lord Arben's spirit, sworn to dwell the night and walk the day without rest until all dragon knights have been burned and purged away. The last dragon knight is near. It is she you are chasing, the blasphemy called Talana. Revenge is at hand, child, and with it, the Dragon Slayer's destiny. Here, take my sword. I give it to you freely. May its icy blade draw fountains of her red-hot blood. Once you and your fellow Slayers have killed Talana, I will find rest in the Hall of Echoes. The rest is silence and oblivion. No, it was merely old age that ended my days as a Slayer. But I led my fair share of raids on the strongholds of betrayers.
I'll be right back. All the breaking that is responsible.
I made my name during the first years of the Dragon Purges. That sword I gave you ensured the gory doom of many an opponent. How I relish it still. The image of my blade, sparkling silver in the sun, as it is hewn into an enemy's chest, then brought back up, dripping deep crimson.
The ghost of Arben thinks of his shield, how it was lost in combat with Orobas, and how it must still be there in the crypt the dragon fled into.
Farewell, Slayer. Remember me and my legacy. Until we may meet again, remember me.
Okay. Yeah, I was forgetting something. Is that it? No, I didn't think there was. I thought I saw a book. I'll let you pause to read that.
Another one to add to the collection.
I really ever encumbered?
There you are! Marius informed me he spotted the Dragon Knight. But tell me, did you defeat whoever's ghost was in that tomb?
You're not supposed to have.
Did you say Arbon? You met the ghost of Lord Arbon? But he was a legendary slayer. He led the attack on the stronghold of Oribus, once one of the mightiest Dragon Knights. After his retirement, he withdrew into obscurity. No one could have imagined he died here, in this little hamlet. And you have his sword. I'd recognize it anywhere. And it will, but not by your hand. You have proven you are worthy of the title of Dragon Slayer, and therefore I won't allow you to join us. I foresee great things for you. It would be a shame if they were unrealized because of ill-timed heroics. The dragon memories are too fresh a presence in your psyche. Talana's mind attacks would see your doom. The role of our order shall not diminish, not before Rivellon is free of all her foes, and you know too well our world has far too many. Come now, give me the sword so that Lord Arbon's wish may yet be realized. And don't be saddened by the events of this day. You will make your name as a hero yet.
Alright. What skills do we work on next? We'll go with that for now.
Famulorum cetuarum kinos prises cum signo fidei et dormium fins.
Go ahead and make a save. Let me take a swig of the water. Let's go drop off this coin first.
See, you're fond of my mill. Shh! Who told you? It was the tree, wasn't it? Curse that heap of talkative timber. I am the unfortunate victim of a hunt.
A hunt by assassins.
Okay.
Oh, tell me about it. I've been in hiding for decades.
It's hard to hear me crunching. I'm eating some caramel popcorn.
Many years ago, I was a famed alchemist in the town of Verdistis. Until one day I was approached by a member of the Assassin's Guild. They ordered me to cure a sick member of their guild, and I tried to. But I mixed the wrong herb in his tea, and he died. They swore revenge. I fled here, but I think they finally tracked me down. You will? That's very kind of you, Slayer. But I don't know what you can do. I have the feeling I'm being watched lately. So at night I close down the mill and hope for the best. Even now, I still want to remain known as Upton to the good folks of this village. But if you, a slayer, would be courageous enough to defeat these hired killers, the reward would be great.
Oh, hello again, Slayer. You know, my father confided in you. Oh, I'm so glad he did. A Slayer can help us, I'm sure. But I don't know what to tell you. Maybe the assassins have been around, but we hardly venture outside anymore. Perhaps some of the other villagers saw something if they went outside at night. I know Roman the priest likes moonlight walks, and Folo's wife Rose has trouble sleeping sometimes. Captain Rodney usually stays up late as well. I'm so sorry I can't be of more help. Please, Slayer, look into the matter, would you? My father is very dear to me. Oh, hello again, Slayer. My purse! Oh, you're a wonder, Slayer. Thank you so much for returning it. We don't have much gold to spare. Enjoy your stay.
On we go. But that's gonna do it for the end of this episode. If you guys enjoyed, let me know down in the comment section below. Likes, dislikes are always appreciated. Only like dislikes if you give me creative feedback though. It helps me fix what I'm doing wrong. Check the description down below for a link to my Instagram. Yeah. And with that, as always, have a wonderful day.